What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relay reverse rants, hate. So, listen. Artur Beterbiev, Callum Smith. Good fight. We could sit here and say this guy should have been doing this guy should have been doing that. But somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, possible draw. I really just feel like, this is a fight I thought Beterbiev was going to win. And, there's people that like Callum Smith personally, so they're like, I like him, he's a good guy. They always say this type of stuff. And so I think it's more of them wishing him well. There was a lot of people that was thinking that this was going to be like this might be the night. Like he might pull, he might just beat Beterbiev. You never know. You see things the way you see it. But I thought Beterbiev would win. I thought he would win by knockout. Now, Beterbiev is a smart fighter. People always talking about his power, but the dude is sharp. He's smart. He has quick hands too. I watch him. He'll come in. He'll throw 2, 3, 4 punches. Quick punches. He'll throw up top. You move a certain way. He'll go down to your body. He gets in. He gets out. He'll step around you. And he'll see how you react to what he's doing, and then. Basically, if Beterbiev can get to you and you can't get out of the way of his punches, he's pretty much gonna take you out. So he's smart, man. He's a savvy guy. People overlook his ring smarts and they only talk about just his power alone. Now, as far as Callum Smith, he was doing some things right, but he wasn't doing enough of the things that he needed to do. Example, he was jabbing, and he would jab, come in, and I noticed when he would start letting his hands go and he would jab and move forward, he would force, he was forcing Beterbiev backwards. Beterbiev would retreat, like, okay, let me move, give him a different look, let me break his momentum. Now, when he would come forward and punch his way in, if Beterbiev went to the ropes, Beterbiev fought back off the ropes. He was catching him with big shots off of the ropes. Okay, and the thing with Callum Smith was Beterbiev wasn't really forcing him back to the ropes. He was just going to the ropes on his own. He was waiting for Beterbiev to come in. It's not like he was using the ropes to spring off and throw hard shots and then step around. He would just go to the ropes. And I remember Buddy McGirt telling him, yo, I'm going to need you to fight back on the ropes. Like you're on the ropes, fight back. Yeah, it's better to fight back than to stand there, because the thing was, if Beterbiev's back was to the ropes, he was still landing the more effective shots against Callum. When Callum Smith's back was against the ropes, he was catching him with hard shots. So either way, he was losing that battle, right? But I don't know why Buddy McGirt didn't tell him, stay off the ropes. Your back hit the ropes, slide down, get out the way. Don't stay on the ropes. Use your jab. He shouldn't even been on the ropes. Use your jab. A quick snapping power jab. Use your jab. Use your movement, right? Stay off that center line. Break him down. Make him come in. Make him run into shots. Catch him, move, spin off him. Get him. Don't make this a war. Now, the reality is, the way Callum Smith, what he was doing, the jab, he was working it, but he was stopping. I don't know if he has the gas tank, but I don't know. He was doing the things he was doing right. He just wasn't doing it enough. And how you keep from going to those ropes is with your sidestep and your lateral movement, but use the jab. Even when you sidestep around and he leans, throw a quick uppercut to the body. Keep it moving. Just keep him from coming in, because Beterbiev was just walking in. He was able to walk him down, just get into the inside so easy, so effortlessly. Because there was no resistance. And I'm watching Callum what is he doing? Because he's letting him just walk in, and when he walks in, he's getting punished. So, one thing you got to know, too, about Beterbiev, he's been knocked down before. And when he gets knocked down, he doesn't get discouraged. He gets up, and it's like it never happened. when Smith went down, you could see he was hurt, and you know, he got up, and you know, hey, he continued to fight. He didn't, you know, cower away, but Beterbiev is better at mixing it up than Smith is. And Smith, come on, he's 6'3", man. This dude is 5'11". Where's the jab? Stay behind it. It's not like this guy's some powder puff puncher. He can't hurt you. You just want to get him out of here. No, this guy can box, man. And, you know, I'm watching it, but I'm not shocked about what I'm seeing. I just, like, you know, we've seen Callum Smith fight, and he lets the shorter guys get in. He's taller than pretty much everybody he fights, but he lets them get inside. And the kind of power that Beterbiev has, man, you need to keep him on the outside of your jab and keep it long, you know, jab to his body, because Beterbiev is going to have to leap in, try to get that quick first step, and you know he's going to come in 3-4 punches, you know, and that's what he does. So you need to keep your head off that center line. You need that jab to be popping in his face. And you need to move, and don't be repetitive with your movements. Give him different looks. And when you're landing shots, even one at a time, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, one at a time, 1, 2, 3. That, you know, mix it up. Move. Don't be there trying to just bang with this guy, man, because you're not going to win that war with him. And he wasn't, because even when he got in and had some success and he would land something, he was catching massive shots in return. And the thing is, even though he can punch, and that's the thing, Callum has power. But that's the problem with boxers now, is that they don't seem to have trust in their boxing skills. It's just like most of them, even if they can box, it's like they go knockout crazy, and it comes back to haunt them. Like, bro, you're 6'3". You have a way longer reach. Keep him on the outside. But that's not how it went, you know. But he did what he came with what he had that night. But, yeah, I don't understand why Buddy McGirt didn't tell him stay off the ropes, keep that jab in his face. Like, the things that I'm saying, I'm thinking that, you know, Buddy McGirt would basically, you know, let him know. Like, but it went the way it went. And I'm pretty sure now, you know, he's saying, you know, he wants to fight Bivol. That's the fight everybody wants to see. That's the fight to make it 175, man. And, you know, I'm not one of these people that change my mind just because a person has a good showing. But what I will say is, like right now, a lot of people that were saying they think Bivol would win, now they're saying they think Beterbiev would win. I'm still going with Bivol, because I think, like with Bivol style, what I'm saying, Bivol is smart enough to fight with the type of consistency that he needs to keep Beterbiev on the end of the shots. I'm going with Bivol in that fight. I'm not, you know, there's nothing to switch up about. I like what I saw from Beterbiev, but I always like Bivol better. Like in terms, I feel like Bivol is a better fighter overall. When you can punch, you can always catch a guy and get him out of here. So it's not like if Beterbiev was to win it, I'd be shocked or nothing like that. I really wouldn't. But I see Bivol winning that fight. And I'm looking forward to that fight. That's the fight I want to see. But yeah, man, I mean, salute to Beterbiev, salute to Callum Smith. They came out and did what they had to do. But you know, yeah, Beterbiev is no joke though, man. Like people don't understand that. Like, and I think a lot of people too that were saying that they thought Callum Smith was like, this was going to be like a, you know, big Super Bowl mega fight thing. Aside from the fact that people that like him a lot, I just think a lot of the people that was agreeing with that is, I think they were just going along with what people were saying. Because truthfully, for him to beat him, you hear people kept talking about Callum Smith's power, like Bivol. They were saying Beterbiev can punch, but Callum Smith has a lot of power, and you know, Beterbiev is definitely gonna have to respect his power. Beterbiev was coming in with no problem. He wasn't getting any real resistance, and the thing was, every time that Callum Smith was letting his hands go, he was causing Beterbiev to retreat. But he just wouldn't keep the jab pumping. And it's like everything off the jab, work the jab. And the reason you snap and throw a power jab, you can give the jab different looks. And that's why the angles help that. Because one thing about the power jab, when you snap it, people don't understand that. It's a straight punch. And wherever it's hitting you at, doesn't matter. But it's landing, and it's keeping the fighter, even if it's not landing flush, or even if you're missing it by a little bit, it's keeping them from getting that clear look at you. So at some point, you're going to make a guy start to lunge, and he's going to be more desperate to get in. And so that's when you make him run into something. And pretty much, man, that jab, I mean, come on. We've seen Ali swell people up and bust them up bad with just a jab alone. You know, so it's like, yeah, people just, that's one, I don't get it. They jab, and they just jab, and then they stop. And you're like, what happened to the jab? Why'd you stop? You know? But yeah, I just also feel like it was like, it's just, Beterbiev is just better than him. And even if he was doing those things, I'm not saying he wouldn't have still got caught at some point, but I believe in giving yourself the best possible, you know, way to win. Fighting smart and not just, I don't know, like just get to the point where you're starting to forget the game plan. You know, if Beterbiev is starting to like nullify what you're doing, that's why you got to get different looks. But then you just get to the point where it becomes a shootout. And it is what it is, man. So it's not like these things are easy to do, you know, but depends on the person. And for Smith, with his height, I mean, come on. You're 6'3", man. That's I mean, and you're fighting against a power puncher. You need to be working that jab. And if he can't stay behind his jab and keep the shorter fighters at bay, he's going to have problems with every power puncher, man. I mean, and you know Smith gets hit. And he gets hit with hard shots. And there's times where he was, I remember times he had Beterbiev back against the ropes. And he was standing, throwing shots, and he's standing with his hands up. But he's like, there's times he wasn't doing enough. And I'm like, why are you just standing there if you're not ready to punch? You're waiting for an opening. And Beterbiev clearly has both hands up, and he's moving. He's not giving you anything. And all of a sudden, Smith is standing close, and out of nowhere, Beterbiev just rocks him with a hard shot. And he just did this over and over, like times in the fight. And I'm watching, and it's like, what are you doing? So 7 rounds of a hard fight for him, man. And it was, you know, but it was a good fight. You know, every fight, even with, you know, with, you're watching the guy and you're seeing him like he's making his fight harder for himself. But even some things that are more subtle and simple, people are just not capable of sustaining that for the duration of a round or the whole fight itself. So from a round by round basis, I'm watching, and from the very first round, I felt like he better start to tighten up. And, you know, because Beterbiev wasn't playing. And I just felt from the very first round, watching the way Callum was fighting, it was like, okay, he needs to be more consistent and tight on defense, because he's going to start getting broken down. And just like that, that's what happened. But tell me what y'all think in the comment section, y'all. What y'all think about Bivol and Beterbiev? What y'all think about the fight overall between Smith and Beterbiev? Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.